So, you know, this is gonna be a weird rant, as always. It's weird because sometimes you have days where things are smooth, but then you know one little thing will kind of seemingly not ruin your day, but it would ruin your day if you didn't realize the big picture. You didn't think of actual truths. It's hard to say, and be grateful for you know um, the forces that are in your life, and be grateful for all the things that they're doing. You know, instead of being extremely ignorant in having like one little thought throw your whole day off. It might sound funny to you, but you know, the way my mind works, I'm a person who catastrophizes things. I always let small things ruin everything, mentally at least, in my life, at least pertaining to me being single and being alone. The funny thing was, so I went to the park, and I went there right after work. I didn't really work today, but I had a meeting at my job, so I left straight from work, and went straight to the park. So when I got there, I was really amped up. Well, before I was gonna go there, I was really amped up to do my workout. But see, then what happened was, as I'm walking there, I see a guy and a girl, and I see this beautiful girl who, honestly, she was built like, I don't know if you know who the Colors of Autumn is, but she looked like that girl, at least the way she's built, but taller and had dark hair, right? If you could picture that. And I could clearly tell that this girl, I could clearly tell that she was looking at me. I know her boyfriend was there with her, but I could tell that she was looking at me. And obviously I'm looking at her. But I'm not really just staring because I'm being respectful. I'm not trying to start trouble. I'm trying to get into a workout. I'm trying to be focused. I'm focusing, you know what I'm saying? I'm focusing on my workout. I'm focusing on my life. I'm not trying to focus on her. But man, it was hard not to. Hard to not focus on her. But so the thing is, this is like when I see a beautiful girl like that, and then I see her man, and I'm not gonna I'm not really gonna go. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, I could understand, like, if her man is like something to really, really look at, that's one thing. Obviously, I'm going to be jealous, but if he's like, I was just like thinking in my head, how the heck did a guy like that get a girl like that? Like, and the thing, I guess, what I beat myself up over is like, I feel like I'm almost less than human. Like, I'm like, how in the world? Because I don't want to be me, but sometimes I'm like, I know I'm not the best looking guy, but I look better than this guy and that guy. I'm like, and like, I've seen a lot of girls, and I'm like, I at least look better than your man. Or, sorry, I'm just saying, just real. I'm like, I look better than him. I look better than him, and I train to look better than him. But whatever. just like whatever. But the thing is, in my head, I'm like, what type of luck do these guys have that they have been in some place? Like, how are you to be in the right place to even meet? And you're in the right place, and then somehow you actually end up dating this girl, and you actually are with a girl that looks like that. Like, it doesn't even match. I'm sorry, but I'm just curious. I see some of these couples. I'm like, how is your girl so attractive, and you look like that? Like, not saying you're even, not like saying you're just hideous, but I'm saying, like, you are, like, it just doesn't match. It just doesn't match. You know what I mean? it really don't match, man. It just doesn't match. I'll just leave it. I'm not gonna say go too into it, but it just doesn't seem to match. Especially when a guy is shorter. That's the thing that really annoys me too. When I'm a tall guy and I see a guy with like a gorgeous girl and she's like tall and thick and curvaceous and like gorgeous, and this guy's some little short looking. Like, what are you, a hobbit? Like, I'm like, how does that even work, man? I don't know, man. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're not like you have to look up at at almost at your girl. Like, what the? But you know what? Hey, I guess if whatever, you know. But the thing of it is that it ruins my whole day sometimes. Literally, and I give honor and respect to my demons. Everyone else calls them demons, so I might as well call them demons. Because what they do is they guide and they lay things out for me in a way that I understand. If that makes any sense. They can give you knowledge. Demons will give you knowledge. Ancient gods, demons, whatever you want to call them. They'll give you knowledge to understand things a certain way. So instead of just getting so depressed, because later I'm not gonna lie, like literally it took when I saw that, I was just like thought about it, and I said, well, what am I that I have such horrible luck that literally I can't find anyone, and that mother effer over there has a girl like that? Like, what in the like? That it doesn't even match. Like, I hate this. Someone can say that's opinion. It is opinion. It is opinion. But I'm thinking like I would be a better match for that girl. Like my height alone would be a better match for that girl. Like what are you doing with this short little man? Amongst other things, but just for starters, like the height. Like what is it? Are you serious, man? But I don't know, man. The thing was literally when I sat down to rest to get the energy up to get into my workout, like really into my workout at the park, all of my strength was zapped. Literally, the depression sat on me so hard. It's always like that. It's like that when I hear like country friggin' music and I hear these white boys talk about their girl and how their girl this and that, and I'm thinking, man, nothing's wrong with that. But it's just the point is, all my life I've seen white men and even some really unattractive, trashy, gross, horrible partners, men, Caucasian men mostly, be with girls that I should be with, or should be with. I've seen that before. Some of them, some not all the time. Sometimes men are really good men, and I'm gonna be jealous regardless. So sometimes they deserve the woman. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them are, but I've seen the flip side. Like I've seen some women with some like ugly, don't know how to treat her. I've seen it all. I've seen both sides. I've seen men that are very attractive, but they don't know how to treat the woman. And I'm thinking, you know, I should be a guy that has a woman like that, not you. You know, that's the way I see it. Um, but I think that's all how we think. But the difference between me and a normal person is, for me, just the thought of it is extremely depressing. It's like that movie It. I don't know if you ever seen the movie It, the original movie It, which is actually so disturbing that I would never watch it again. In the new It can't even hold a candle to the original, in my opinion. Not in terms of like fear and depression and stuff that a horror movie is designed to bring upon a person. The new one is good for entertainment, but it doesn't have a effect psychologically, I don't think, on most people. Um, so it's what I'm saying is, you know how in the movie It, there's like a, it is a thing. It is a thing that haunts people. It is a thing that is from childhood. It is that thing that just someone thinks they are going to literally die alone and miserable because they seem to not be able to escape it. It's almost like they feel like it is a reoccurring thing and they have no understanding of how could they ever get out of this cycle. Like how can they ever just have what they want? You know what I mean? That's how I feel. It's like literally, it's all I know, it's all I see. Like I said, it's movies, music is just triggering to me because I would just, okay, I would say this, at least if it were to talk about biracial love, like if it was to talk about interracial love, like if it was to talk about a white woman and a black man, then I'd be fine with it because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I rarely ever had even a girl that liked me that was black and had a black man, or a girl that was white that had a black man that had any interest in me at all. You know what I mean? I've only seen white girls, even if it was, it could be someone I knew or know or whatever, someone I knew, um, choose some white man over me. And oftentimes, the motherfucker was not as attractive as I was, not as what's the word, had as good a personality as I have. Nothing. Motherfucker's just trashy. I've seen that before. Just like, I don't know what the hell you see in him, man. I don't know. You're in love with him, but I don't know what you really are in love with. Because it's total chaos, really. And the thing is, when women are like that, they never give anyone a chance. And I'm always that guy. They just don't give a chance. They don't even give me a effing chance. You know. It's almost like you don't even know what you could have possibly because you don't give any. You just stuck in a bubble, I guess. In for whatever reasons you have, you will not leave that bubble. You know. And there's more to it. It's more like, I guess, because I look at it like this: you can't be everywhere at once, so it's not like you can move. Because I'm pretty sure I'm confident enough in myself that literally, if I was to go in enough places frequently enough, I would be bound to find a woman. I would just would. Because the reason why I say that is because, like, I go back to my demons. I understand energy. So I understand energy and attraction. I understand that I am fully capable of drawing or attracting a certain type of energy. And that's all we are, is people's energy. When you go into a crowd, when you see, like, for instance, you see people that like dogs and they all have dogs, they all go to the dog park, then you see all the drug addicts, then you see all the what do you call music people. That's all energy. All it is that they're like energies, and where they go, they attract, not just like, but they attract and are in the presence of other energies, and energies that of themselves. That's all. If everyone was to close their eyes and fall into a coma and never wake up, we would still be having a life. If you don't know that, you should know that. If you were in a coma, you would still be experiencing some type of reality in some fashion, whether it's real or not, because energy doesn't go away. Does that make any sense to you? Energy does not go away, and energy has a signature. So your energy will not just disappear. You will still have impact, you'll still have thoughts, you'll still have an ego, you'll still have wants, needs, whatever. That's what I'm trying to say. So the thing is this, is that I understand that. So the thing is, I understand that life for me is not just hopeless. But that's the only thing, not the only thing, but that's one of the biggest things that was me got, because I thought, literally in my head, I said this. I said, well, Steve, if this is true and this is going to be your life forever, that you are literally going to never be in the right place at the right time, you are always going to meet a girl who is taken. You will always meet a girl who, even if they have the slightest interest in you, it's not never enough for them to ever really pursue you. You will always be watching someone else's relationship that you wish you had the girl. Yada yada yada. Why don't you just fucking kill yourself now? That's what my mind says. See, that's my understanding of things, to a degree. Is like, okay, well, if that's the case, then fucking kill yourself now. There's no hope for you. Why are you dragging something out that you know is going to be miserable? But the thing is, that's not true. You get what I'm saying? Now, that's what my emotions feel like every time that I see that. A beautiful girl with some guy. That's not me. And I'm thinking, man, I don't even have a chance. Matter of fact, I don't even have the time or opportunity to even talk to that girl to see what she would even think about me. You know? So it's just compound on compound. You know what I mean? Um, and to me, it is the most haunting, most depressing, most agonizing thing that I experience every day, every second that I'm alive. And that's one reason why I'm not a person who sits around and smiles and laughs and blah blah blah, and I only joke around because joking is just a coping mechanism. That's just something I do just to distract myself from problems that need to be addressed, you know? Because I also realize that this stupid job that I work only pays my bills. And all this job does is simply give me it's like stalling. It's like literally it's giving me money enough to save enough money, live under a roof, and then give myself the potential chance of possibly at some point in my freaking miserable fucking life being at a certain place at a certain time for the opportunity to meet a girl that, for whatever reason, actually wants a relationship with me, not someone else. That's the real truth of how things work. It's not about some oh well you should be grateful this is your opportunity. No opportunity my fucking ass. Let's just keep it real. People that are wealthy, those are wealthy people. This working class, the only thing you have is your friggin' not the only thing you have, but I was about to say working this thing alone is the most miserable thing in the world. You know, honestly, sometimes I think that's why some people are in relationships. You know, they just it's the only way they can cope. You know, how do I cope being alone? I cope on the each day I wake up hoping that someday I won't be alone. If that makes sense to you. You know? So, but what I am, like I said, I'm not only just proud of myself, but I'm very thankful for my demons, God, spirits, because they can reach me like a person can't. I guess you'd say they can reach me like how I'm not saying a person like that I'm like intimately involved with or have feelings for like a woman. I'm saying in like because that's different. You know what I mean? I'll listen before anything else with that. But what I'm saying is the way that like when a person, another person, like it could be family, um, when they try to tell me things, this shit just goes. It literally goes in one ear and straight out the other because I feel like the way that I feel like if a human being like that can try to like say things to you, their perspective is very skewed. They don't have the knowledge that something greater than them has. Okay? They don't have this might sound crazy to some people, but you have your spiritual beliefs and I have mine. Fuck off. You know. What I'm saying is certain beings have much greater depth of knowledge and the way that they can convey something to you can be way more profound and you understand a bigger picture of things, so you don't just fucking lose it. Because it's strange, because that one thing that set me off, that set me off today. Like literally, it almost ruined my day. Like I was literally sitting on the ground in the park, contemplating things. Like I'm like, is any of this fucking worth it? Is like getting up in the morning every day and living even worth it? Because right now it doesn't feel like it. Literally, like I'm literally about to go into a workout. This is how I looked at it in my head. It might sound comical to some people, but it wasn't funny to me. I was like, I'm literally about to bust my ass doing a workout. And this workout wasn't for looks either. This wasn't like no bodybuilding, muscle building. No, this workout was functional. This was functional training. This was me using the walls to tic tac on for agility and speed to get up over things, just as functional mobility and functionality. That's what a lot of people call it. I call it functional training. Some people call it mobility training. Whatever, same thing. So I was like, I'm about to bust my ass doing some hardcore mobility training, and I have to go home alone? And then I'm thinking of the dude I saw. I'm like, in that dude? I've seen dudes that blow that dude out of the water that look so much better than that dude, taller than him, whatever, man. I'm like, man, I look better than him. But it's like, in my head, I was like, that dude gets to go home with that, and I freaking have to go home alone? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I must be the worst person in the world. I must be the most unlucky. Like, I must be less than human, worse than anything. I must be nothing. Because no matter what anyone says to me, no matter what any woman says to me, no matter any compliment I've ever gotten in my life, no matter anything I've ever accomplished, I'm like, literally, I, on a daily basis, I have to sleep alone. I have to go home to nothing alone, and some dude looking like that has that. And I've seen it multiple times. And I'm just like thinking, well, this can't be reality. Like this really cannot. I'm like, this can't be real. Because I feel like I deserve a chick like that. Less than a chick like that, and even better. I'm like, there's no way, man. I'm like, there is no way. Like, there is literally, it just can't be. I'm like, this can't be, man. I'm like, there's something must be. I'm like, I can't accept this reality. Literally, it's like literally, I wanted to stay on that spot on the ground and not get up forever. I just felt like I literally, I don't know. When it comes to that type of thing, it it takes all the strength out of me. It takes every bit of ambition, every bit of happiness, every bit of joy, every bit of anything. It just drains me. It's all gone. It's like when I step into work and they throw the friggin' country music on, and I have to hear. I'm not sorry. I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm just keep it real. I have to hear these fucking white boys talk about their pretty blue-eyed girl and how the good Lord blessed them and blah 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 and blah blah. I want to fucking take that radio and shove it up someone's ass, put a grenade in their fucking mouth, and detonate it. At that point, I'm like, I do not want to fucking hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. Fuck. You know what I mean? It's like it just ruined my whole psyche. My whole fucking day is. I could be having a really good day, at least a good day, as in each day leads to eventually something as time progresses. And that shit just ruins the whole fucking day, man. You know? So I just have to be like, shit, I mean, you're blaring this shit out all fucking day in my fucking ears, making me want to just go postal on everybody. But that's just the way it is, you know. But I was able to get up, and I was able to look at things more clearly and get and understand. Because I'm one of those people where for some reason, I can't detach trauma from the truth. Like, for instance, someone could say, okay, well, we had a war of whatever and blah 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 whatever, and you know, those used to be your enemies. They're like they used to be your enemy, you know. So, but now you have to let it go. You know, you have to you have to see my mind being that I'm always alone and always so miserable, that's what really the key is. See, so I feel like a lot of people make excuses, and I'm going to touch on that too. This is going to be a long rant. People say shit like, "Oh, why don't you get a pet? Get a pet, motherfucker!" It's like that irritates me because I'm thinking like, I don't give a fuck about no fucking pet. You know what I mean? It's like just like for instance, you ever seen a woman that like gets cats and dogs and shit, but she's alone? That's the dumbest bitch in the world. I'm about to get harsh on you motherfuckers right now. This ain't no kids rant because the cursing is on and this is a real rant. So, like, have you ever seen a bitch or seen a man that buys fucking cats and dogs and little pets and that motherfucker's lonely as fuck? It's like, I feel like slapping the shit out of that person. Like, look here, motherfucker. You're making shit worse because what you're doing is you're trying to put a band-aid on something instead of solving an issue. I don't care if you try to solve that issue of being alone until you're dead in the ground. You better try to solve it instead of throwing a band-aid, because you know what band-aids do in reality? Not real band-aids for wounds. I mean, like emotional band-aids. They just make you more angry. People don't understand that, but I'm telling you straight knowledge. Emotional band-aids make you angrier. You know why? Because it's not actually what you really want. And I'm not talking about when you think you want something and you really want something else. That's a different story. That's when you just can't see that what you actually need is something and what you really don't need is something you're holding on to so much because you think you need it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a person who knows that they need a man or a woman in their life and they go and buy a fucking cat. Motherfucker, that cat doesn't fucking need you. If that cat could be taken care of by uh, a fucking construction worker dude that don't give two fucks, and that cat would be just as happy, probably. That motherfucking cat don't need you, and you don't need that motherfucking cat. What you need is a fucking man in your life, because a man can do things that a fucking cat can't, motherfucker. Fuck you. That's. I mean, I'm gonna say like, man, when's the last time you ever thought of making love to a fucking cat, bro? When you're lonely and you're alone in your friggin' bed, you don't be thinking about you need to be held and fucked by no fucking cat. Are you fucking out of your mind, motherfucker? Are you crazy? Cause you are. If you think that you're gonna bring those things into your life. No, you know what you do, you dumb bitch ass motherfucker? What you do is you get the man or woman first, and then you get a fucking cat or something. When your relationship is good and whatever, and you see that things are like good and stable, then you start adding shit on. Like fun little friends for outings and little cats and dogs and shit. Maybe if you have a kid or something, if you want, I don't know, if you want to have kids, you know, or maybe you already have a kid, or both of you already have a kid. That's fine. But the thing is, I hate, and at my core, honestly, I'm one of those people where I so hate band-aids and little like, no, I'm a person who, no. When I want something, I want it the way it is, how it is. Now, if something was like a business negotiation, I understand that there are steps, and I do take things in steps. That's a different thing. That's like just how people are. People are the same way. Just like how some people, they'll give themselves to you in steps. Like, they won't want to just move in with you, but after a certain time, after dating you, then they'll move in, you know, and so forth. That's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is like you saying that you want an orange, but you find it so difficult to find an orange, or that you whatchamacallit, you find it so difficult to have an orange that you go buy fucking graham crackers, and then you're thinking you're just gonna sit there and baby this graham cracker. I done seen some dumb shit, man. Like I seen a woman like try to hold a cat, and I'm thinking, do you see how squirmy that cat is? That fucking cat doesn't want you holding it, you dumb fucking bitch. Fuck. It's like you're trying to pet this cat and shit, and you're forcing this forcing to pet this cat and shit. This cat's trying to claw you and get away. You're dumb as fuck. You look stupid as fuck. Get rid of that fucking cat, man. Dumbass. But see, that's the thing about me. I'm an angry, fucking violent motherfucker. Because I don't like dumb shit. I don't like dumb shit. I don't like tearing no for a fucking answer. When I want something done the way it is, I want it done how it is. And I don't like any fucking half-ass excuses or half-ass something when I want something. You get what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if I tell you I'm coming to your house at fucking 3 fucking p.m., right? 3 p.m. with food. It's not gonna be fucking next week. It's not gonna be I'm coming at 6 p.m. I'm coming at fucking 3 p.m. Now, I might have been late for a meeting at work today, but I'm usually not late for fucking anything. And you know why that is? It's because I'm one of those people to where I just want things to be simple and I want what I want. If that makes sense. And by simple, I just mean it is what it is. I mean, it's not like I'm not half-assing anything. It's not like I'm not saying that I'm gonna, like, I want this, but then I'm gonna try to use that as a coping mechanism. No, it doesn't work like that, you know? So I'm basically saying, like, I ended up having a pretty good workout, and I got my workout done. You know, but I felt like it was impossible. I literally felt all the strength drain out of me, and I have not gotten. I would say every day I'm very depressed, but I have never. I not never. I mean, I have not gotten that depressed in a single instant in very long. Is what I'm saying. In very long, and then it just sat on me, like literally just sitting on me, and I was just like, I really don't know what to do. I have no clue what to actually do right now, because the thing is, my mind is playing tricks on me. I'm like, I know this is not true. This can't be true. This can't be true that I'm thinking my life will always be this. This cannot be. There's no way. But the thing is, that's everything that my mind says, and that's what it wants to see everything as. It literally wants to see it in everything. It wants to see that. What I'm trying to say is, when my mind fixates on something so negative, it tries to find ways to see that concept in everything. In music, in art, in nature, in everything I see. Like, literally, it's like everything is drawing me back to that, and I'm thinking in my head, that has to be solved. I cannot be alone like this. This can't be. You know, I have to make sure that this is not going to be always. I can't do it because it's driving me insane. But see, the thing about that is, how do you know that that's true? You know, it's not true. It's not true. I mean, for me, it's not. But the mind is a funny thing. That's what the mind does. You know, at least mine. That's what my mind does. So I feel like that's a thing that separates me from other people is that. Not everyone, because there's people that think the same way I do and they have the same issues. But, you know, the shit is crazy, man. Enough about me. You know, enough about me. I'm going to go back to what I just said before about how stop it with the bullshit, you people. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't want to fucking hear ever from anyone ever again. And take this very seriously. Listen hard if you're listening. Don't ever, if I ever tell you that I struggle with being alone and I struggle with trying to find a woman to be with and marry, don't anyone ever tell me or suggest or anything other than that. Understand, this is one thing someone should always understand about me. Everyone should understand this, is that, and this goes for everyone, this goes for family, friends, acquaintances, anyone who ever fucking lays eyes on me, ever says a word to me, realize that this motherfucker here is someone who is about no bullshit. This is someone who, when they say their goal is to get this, they mean that. They don't mean, I'm gonna, like, use a cat as a companion. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do that. No, understand that this is an angry, violent, fuming, antisocial, loner motherfucker who is just an old-fashioned man that just wants a woman, wants to be married, wants to fucking have a nice, peaceful life with that woman, likes friends, likes acquaintances, likes doing fun things, but that um one thing you'll never see me do, I'm one of those people where one thing I never do is I never try to put something in the place of something else. I just don't. I just don't do it. I'm one of those people where I don't believe in it. Because I believe what that does is, like, my psyche's already fucked up enough. I feel like when people try to ever put something in the place of something else, um, I don't mean like that, because I know some people think it, they'll think the wrong way, and they'll think that means, like, what I'm trying to say is something that you know is right, and you just simply can't attain it. It's like, you don't take something, you don't take something and try to put something. Now, what I'm saying is this. I don't mean it like as a rule for everyday life. Like I don't mean because you know you wish you had strawberry ice cream in there and all you have is orange popsicles over there that you're going to just fucking take the orange popsicles, throw them out in the trash, and say no, not until I get fucking strawberry ice cream. I'm not touching these popsicles. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is in things that actually could cause a mental break in your psyche. And what I mean by mental breaks in your psyche is this. I'm going to try to make this simple as possible because it's not simple. It's a hard concept for people to grasp. So you got to understand. You have to listen. If you're an intellectual person, maybe you would get it. You would get it. Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say that there is a man or a woman. Let's say that what they want as a friend is someone who is physically fit, very active, and likes to do the things that they like to do. Because let's say they're a super athlete and they're a gym rat or something. But let's say what normally they're used to being around them is lazy people, people who are half-assers, people who are procrastinators, and people who try to what's the word? Try to escape. They're like escape artists. Like they try to always escape doing something that's physically demanding and hard because they're actual really fucking pussies and are weak and are just not made for a certain level of athleticism. Let's say that's what that is, right? And let's say that this man or woman settles in, this is what I mean about the psyche, the break of the psyche. Let's say they get it stuck in their head that not only is what they see with these lazy half-ass people, let's say they think that this is the psyche break. I'm trying to explain to you what the psyche break is. When they think, their mind goes, and their mind says, huh, so it must be unrealistic for me to actually be able to have a friend like that that is up to the level that I am, and I'm the one who's actually the weirdo. I should feel bad. I should feel this. I should feel that. So what you're actually doing is you're actually start like degrading them. What you're doing is you're actually internally you're starting to degrade and start to believe some dumb shit. And I'm not saying this either. I'm not saying a case where you actually are, your expectations are astronomically insane and unreal. I'm not saying that because that's a different thing. What I'm saying is and you just actually can't see what's around you because there are some people like that too. Like let's say the friends they have, they're just crazy. Let's say they're just nuts. You know, the people that are around them are just never good enough. I'm not saying that. Because that can be a thing. Sometimes, like someone says, "Oh, well, that's not good enough," or he or she, or us men, I do it too sometimes. Well, not really do it, but I've done it in the past. Like I was like thinking, well, no, she's not this, or she's not that, or she's not this, or she's not that. You know what I mean? When I actually should have been really like, actually, no. You know what? No, she is actually all of that. You know what I mean? I've done that before. I've done it before. I've literally like there's been women before where I played them weak. Like I basically was like, you know, she's pretty, but I don't really. She's not really all that, Or oh, she's pretty, but her personality. It doesn't seem really. It's just not like special. It doesn't seem that unusual to me. But then I was proved wrong, like dead wrong. Like I literally watched them and then had conversations with them, and then I was like, I was like, you know what? I was fucking dead wrong. Like actually, this girl is above. This girl's like is excellent. This is excellence. And the looks too, everything. You start looking, you're like, you know what? Actually, I really didn't look at them as much because I was what's the word? Not comparing them to enough. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't comparing them enough to enough numbers of others to realize that wait a second. Actually, it might sound like being a dog, but it's not. It's just physics and science and a bunch of stuff. Why that a woman could be the perfect woman. Like I've met women to where I'll say, yeah, like personality, but and physically, because there's dimensions of people. Like there's like lengths and widths of people's bones and everything, and all that type of stuff. Fat stores, looks, whatever. And literally was like, you know what? Some other guy might not really say, well, man, that's like that is the perfect woman. Like, I'm sorry, but I have to keep it real. We're adults here. I'm gonna just keep it real. When you look at a woman, you can tell like their dimensions and everything. You're like, well, as a long-term partner and a wife, in the bedroom, somebody else may look at that woman and be like, she's sexy, but she's not like I've seen way, she's not like a super attractive, or she's not like some TV star. Man, shut up. I'm saying as a man, because I'm a man, I can tell when a woman is being slept on. Like they're like, you know, they don't really give her her credit. Like they don't really understand what they're really looking at. I understand what the fuck I'm looking at. Okay, I've learned over life, the life that I've lived, I've learned to see a woman and can tell when it's straight up perfection. They might not look in the mirror to see themselves as perfect, but I can tell they are perfection. And literally, in the bedroom, I have to go there because it's real. This is the truth. This is real. This is raw, and this is fucking real. In the bedroom, I could tell that woman is the perfect woman. For me, it is. I can't tell like exactly how everything they would do, but what I'm saying is like their bodily, like their body. Like I can tell like literally like this is extremely raw. This is raw. This is nasty. Well, you get what I'm saying. I just went off on a tangent because you know what? Because as a man, that shit is sexy. That's why. Because what it is there's physics and there are intricacies to everything. So, I can see, and I could even see a woman that's like literally not. Let's say I wouldn't say they're the perfect woman, but I'll say this. I'd say, you know what, man? That right there, that's some damn good shit going on there, man. Somebody else might sleep on it and be like, she's not this, she's not. I'll be like, okay, because the thing is, as a man, you don't really understand so much the intricacies of if you were to take that car for a ride, if you know what I'm saying. And you don't appreciate everything that's going on there, but I do. Yeah. So, with that being said, to get off of that subject, whatever. That's why you can see the smile on my face, because as a man, I'm like, it's funny too, because I'm gonna touch on something. Like, I hear like, there's this woman in particular that I followed on TikTok, right? She's on TikTok and Instagram, but I see a lot of women. They're like moms. They think they're older. But guess what, bro? Guess what? These mobs may not think they're hot, and they don't think that they're they think they're not so hot. Some people say they're too old to be doing this TikToks and shit. Man, some of these women, like I said, are the perfect woman. Like, shit, the perfect woman. I have seen it. It exists. Wife material. It's like literally, I guess some girls a girl could be younger and maybe more attractive. Technically, what someone would call more attractive, and they'd be like, "Well, why would you choose her though?" Well, there's just some things that you just learn. You just understand. There's just things that you may just understand. Like there's some women that they just could resonate with you. There's something that resonates that is like perfection. Like it's literally everything is perfection. Everything it's perfection. What I'm trying to say is life is not perfect, but something in your life could be perfect for you. Shit may not even be perfect for her, but for you it would be perfect. So, you know, don't. What I'm saying is, don't listen to people. Don't even fucking listen to me. Whatever. Don't. This is a rant, but you don't have to listen to me. Listen to your fucking self. And then also, if you're a spiritual person or a religious person, listen to what your gods say. Okay? Because at the end of the day, people will have you all fucked up. People's things that they say, a lot of times, they think they're helping. Sometimes people think they have knowledge. They don't see the big picture. Okay? These ancient gods see the big picture. Belial sees the big picture. Okay? I have to catch up to what the big picture is. Part of my job is me catching up to what the big picture really is, and not just getting stuck in what you would call doubt, stuck in cowardice, uh, taking upon things that aren't really even to my personality, like thinking, well, what this stupid motherfucker said is probably true. I actually think this is true. And then also, part of my nature, I'll admit, part of my friggin' warlike, violent, competitive nature is to not let someone who I believe is so unworthy even have a chance of winning. It's like, you're not gonna win, but I'm gonna fucking destroy you to the point to where you are terrorized. Sometimes that's my mentality. Sometimes I'm like that. Where it's like, because the thing is, I can't let angry ass, ugly women, which I don't know a lot of, thank God. Thank God. Well, not thank God. Not thank God, but you know what I mean. I'm grateful that I don't know a lot of ugly bitches. I know a lot of attractive bitches. I don't know a lot of ugly bitches. I don't like them. I'm not saying it like that. What I'm saying is, I tend to not gravitate towards unattractive people. That's simple. But the thing is, I've seen this. I've seen like bitter, ugly bitches say some dumb shit like, well, that's not realistic. That type of love doesn't exist. I remember one time I was literally watching a romance movie with this chick, and fuck, I'll keep it real. This bitch was ugly. I wasn't with her like, intimately, but I was just in the same room. And this bitch said some shit like, oh, that type of romance doesn't exist. That's impossible. Bitch, it doesn't exist for you. And that's not even true. And I can honestly even say that's not even true. Because in all honesty, if you put yourself in the right place, being that ugly bitch like that, then you will find that guy. You can find that. It's possible. You just don't believe it is. That's not the complete problem. That's part of the problem. That's the thing. You don't believe. That's how a lot of people are. Don't believe things. They're like, well, that couldn't. They look at everything on their plate and everything. Well, it couldn't. Motherfucker, you just think it can. You're lying to yourself. You don't even know you're lying to yourself. They're so attached to some person. I can't. I can't. You know. Not true. I think it is not true. So, I've heard people say some dumb shit. I've even heard like some dumb. I'm gonna have to say about my own race, especially black men. I've heard some really fucking dumb, ignorant black men say some dumb shit like, "Well, bitches ain't shit. They ain't loyal. You never find that's a fairy tale. You never find a bitch like that. And if you do, she'll find another guy that has more money, but just anything, like anything to literally say, like, so you mean to tell me that, like, what am I, all my hopes could be crushed? Like, you mean to tell me that, like, I might as well just slit my wrist now and just fucking just give up? Like, what are you talking about? You actually believe that? And if that was true, then I would have no problem with anyone doing it. I would have no problem doing it. I wouldn't judge you. I would say, good for you, because this fucking world doesn't deserve you. I'll say it again. I would say good for you, because this world then, if this world can't accommodate you, and this world can't give you what you want, and all you do is get up in the morning miserable, day in and day out, say hi to people, smile, yada yada, blah blah blah, and literally you are never fulfilled at night, you are miserable, and you never have what you want, and you just watch other motherfuckers breed, fuck, and do everything else in front of you, and you just want to kill yourself, well then this world is not worthy to house you. You need to find somewhere else that could potentially make you happy. Because life is about pleasure. Life is not about slavery. Life is not about indentured servitude. Wherever it is, you're not no someone's servant. You're not created to suffer. You don't come here to just suffer and watch others be happy, or even watch others suffer and struggle. That's complete hell. Hell doesn't exist. This exists though. So what I'm trying to say is don't believe what people say. Don't believe what humans say. I'm not saying don't believe everything, because you can tell certain things that are true. But don't believe a lot of what motherfuckers say, man. And I'm about to call a lot of people out. Don't believe what your mama said. It's a lot of people in your family, a lot of people that you know, people in higher positions, grandmas, uncles, mother-in-laws, so-and-sos. It could fucking even be your fucking boyfriend or spouse, or husband or wife, or whatever. Sometimes they're full of shit too. That's why divorces happen. Divorces happen. Breakups happen. Families split up. All types of shit split up. You know why? Because blood don't mean shit. Relationships can mean something, but sometimes they start a certain way, they end a certain way. They really didn't mean shit. So, a lot of times, what us as human beings do with our mouth, don't even listen to it. I would say don't even listen to me, some people, because my truth may not pertain to you. You may have a whole different type of makeup and everything else, destiny, a whole different type of energy, that what I say doesn't really pertain to you, supposedly. You know, because your path to happiness and understanding and all that is another path. So I'm going to cut it here. Um, I'm grateful. I'm proud of myself. Today turned out to be a great day. At that moment, though, I felt like shit. I felt like literally just dying. I felt horrible. But today isn't going to be a good day. And I'm actually planning on making pasta at some point today. For dinner, I guess, or lunch and dinner. I bought like a half of a whole watermelon. So I'm going to be eating. I got enough protein in my fridge. I got enough protein. I'll say it again. I got enough protein in my fridge. It's about some carbs, and I think I'm gonna have to just do some bodybuilding exercises. But I'm probably gonna do more. Uh, if I don't hit my shoulders, I'm probably gonna do calves and legs probably today. And I think it's going to be challenging, but I think I'm going to be able to amp myself up to get a really strong workout. There's a difference between a weak and strong workout. I think I'll get a strong workout in. And I'm going to be eating good today. So, you know, shit will get done. It will get done. So, this is Steve from the back. This is Steve's Art and Fun. This has been another buck wild and motherfucking crazy rant. This is the unscripted rant. This is a raw and uncut rant. And have a nice day. Like, comment, and subscribe.